We'll go ahead and look at our mirror. I guess. Usually I do not.
Hangs above a bent and broken sink. You cannot see yourself. Just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you underneath the soft vapor.
Really?
Really, it was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
I'm still not doing it. And that is all, I think, here as we move through.
Let's go.
Oh, the
so fast.
commentary.
You owe me 130 real.
Oh, boy. Here we go. We're going to see if we can't pull a smooth move here and slip away unnoticed.
Double dukes! One moment you're running like the wind. Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger. Furiously. With both hands. Why?
Back so soon.
I had an accident.
It was no accident. Those were disco moves from your spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you.
Oh.
These mysteries are unholy mysteries.
Wow, there's more of you? Hidden? I'm so cool.
You are way cool. Cooler
Oh, God.
than the bottom of the sea. Too cool for this world.
It's so good.
I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it bright where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love?
I sure as hell haven't felt my love.
When they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
That is too bad.
Ooh.
We all need a little love.
Well, I'm glad she's...
Are you okay?
No. You have sustained a trauma to your lower neck.
To your
In addition,
lower neck.
You have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
No. Are you... Okay.
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't
That's good. That's good.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place.
That's how you get them. See,
The
just...
drinks are on the house, okay? There are a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
Fair enough.
He's shaken. Barter now and he'll cave in.
All right.
Okay, fine. I'll take it off your bill. Sleep in a post-apocalyptic hellhole if you want to.
Cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe
60.
60 real for 3 nights.
Boom.
If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there.
Worked it back down. That was 130 to start. Now it's 60. It's manageable, people. Manageable. All that. Just
And for
took a
God's
little
sake,
tumble.
watch out for yourself.
That's all it took. Just a little tumble. It helped us a lot. That's what we call a pro gamer move.
By the way, where is home?
Oh,
The
dear.
address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do I even... What? I have no idea.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near south, maybe. I think that's right. Jamrock is... I think Jamrock's south of here. I don't remember. Near south, maybe?
You don't really know, do you?
I only have a vague blackened image.
A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere. you
Indeed,
can
it does
stay
not.
If you run out of money.
Could I
Try.
trace it back?
Run some
somewhere?
addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street.
There we go. We've got ourselves a thought. So what we're gonna do now is head on over to our handy dandy thought cabinet, which is one of the cooler elements of this game, as I mentioned before, with the actual stats and skills, the specifics of what's available to you through these dialogue trees is going to change depending on the results of these checks. But these, each individually, as you go through, you will say different things, and you can't really see them because they're all faded out here. But as you can see, I'm still scrolling down, and each one of these lines is a thought. And depending on what you say to certain people in certain situations, different items you pick up, different events that occur, most of these are things that will just randomly pop up as a result of like your actions throughout the game. And they further modify your available dialogue options as you go. Depending on the results of what you got here. But as you can see over here to start, we've got this lonesome long way home, which we just thought about. You can see the problem is, let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge, even southwest of here. Fall over, get up, get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through the courtyard, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor tract, the 881, until you reach the domaine eminent. The eminent domain. I'm just going to say that. In North Jamrock. I was right, it is south. The streets are frozen this time of year. Caked with ice. Walk down Main to perdition, blah, blah, blah. But essentially what we can do here, you see there's temporary research bonuses while the research is going on. It's going to give us +1 to our encyclopedia. So all of the checks that have to be made, we're going to be treating it as a +1. The research time is 6 hours and 5 minutes, which is there have been clocks, in the bottom right corner, you'll see a time, and every time you select the dialogue option, or most dialogue options that you select will progress the time through some amount, 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever, depending on the event. I think I may have lost a couple hours there by the way of the accident, but we have here a 6 hour and 5 minute thing. We're gonna start it up because it's the first one we've got, so we got to rock and roll with it. Right, so we've done this whole ordeal. I think now we're supposed to go out back and deal with the body and such. But I'm gonna check back in. Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Would you say it's... Oh, here we go. This is a fun one. So as far as world building goes, this is one of those interesting elements that they work in for the police officer. So if we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case? I'm sure he'll clarify.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Pissing competition. Pawns in a pissing competition? What could you possibly mean, Kim?
You don't know?
I
assume you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia. I don't remember being in on anything. I think that's the standard way to go here with that. That's what we got. So tell me about it.
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take,
ask
me after we've inspected the victim.
You should tell me now.
Later.
Seems relevant.
Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Damn shame. Would you say it's a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation.
That's how we get
involved in a
information.
labor dispute.
That's
It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious.
Manipulation, probably, I suppose. But it doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. Another one of those casual insertions of colloquial phrasing there. I don't know about polymath exactly in terms of how it applies to the world, other than, you know, math genius, smart guy, or what have you. But DeLorean is something that comes up later, which is hilarious in and of its own. So, more mysterious than that. I don't know. I was thinking something otherworldly. That's a good one. White male in his 40s. What more do you need? I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Okay, this other case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy? I'm going to go ahead and say that I think labor disputes are very mysterious.
Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the Dock Workers Union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself.
Dun 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 dun. Two
Is
of
this
those
a
proper
strike
nouns.
then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
Workers' coup.
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence.
RCM.
And the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case.
Wait, so is
Strike,
this a strike or an
revolution,
attempted coup?
it's brigandage, however you parse it.
Brigandage. That's like briganding, I assume, or brigandery or whatever. Being a bandit or criminal / piracy without the C, that kind of stuff.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
An opinion. We should grind the workers into fine paste. This is going to be another thought cabinet edition, I believe, depending on what we pick here. We should ground the owners. I think that should be grind. With this little foreknowledge, I am unsure which side of the to grind into pig's feet. Also, the decision must ferment in me. Also, nationalism. That's a key component here. That's another one of these thought cabinet elements. I don't think grounding one other side will do anyone any favors. I am really, really smart. Spent the last 20 seconds deciding why. There it is. It's more than 20 seconds, probably. I think I'm nearing a minute, but at least 40. I've spent the last 20 seconds. What's going on?
Politics is habit forming and hazardous. It is also irrelevant
Politics
to police
is
work.
habit forming.
You're right to doubt the impulse. It might
Him.
be detrimental to our task here.
Stop being so awesome. It's not entirely irrelevant, I don't think. But it might be detrimental to our task here. I have made
From
some
an imaginary fan.
detrimental to our task here. From an imaginary fan. I don't see the connection.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about?
I guess
the
he
case?
must be the imaginary fan. I'm just not connecting the dots, I don't think. Actually, that's all I have.
Good.
I don't want to tell him that I don't know anything yet. Nothing. No, we'll go. That's good for now. I don't want to let in. You know, he'll understand that I know nothing if I'm not here. Okie doke. So we're down. We got to get $60 or real. We keeps it real. Okay. Moving on. Next step here. Do. I wonder how bad it is out there. Yeah, it's not doing great. A heap of snow melts in the wheelbarrow. Sign reads, fuck the Pope. Let's see if there's anything else I can do here. It seems like it's... I'm not sure it's even really going to make much of a difference, but we can hope. Doing super great. Damn shame, really. So we got some people we can talk to. What we got here? At least most of it is dialogue.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
God, that really is struggling still. It's a damn shame. The man mutters to himself, accenting the beat as he goes.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
Hey there. I am the law.
You sure are, my man.
Good man. What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
Good.
It's a traffic jam for the ages.
Oh, you meant.
Harbor gates up the street are shut tight.
Yes.
No explanation given.
Fantastic.
Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
Well, that's not a good deal.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Upon days. That cadence. That's good. It's extra. Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Thank you.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
Good to know. So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever.
Indeed
Like I
it
was
does.
born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew.
Okay, Mr.
Just
Poet.
me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
And the fumes of mazout. I don't know mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils.
Thank you.
This
drama.
man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words.
It's not
both.
suppressed in the slightest. This dude is extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Oh God, that would not be great, though. Imagine being like
Tell
a
me,
trucker who's stuck
what do you
dead
need?
in, like one spot for a week. That probably would cause some very serious trouble. You know anything about the dead guy?
He ain't one of us drivers. I
Good.
know that.
Got
all
it.
accounted
I think it's been pretty clearly established.
Otherwise,
he's
I
a
haven't really
security
asked
dude,
about
but
that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Appreciate that. It's good to know.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
I did ask.
Ask for his conclusion.
And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Speaking truth. What are you hauling?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Thank you, rhetoric. I've failed that before. And authority, or if your authority is high enough, it pushes you to like be a bit more aggressive. Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business.
Obviously.
This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing.
See, you can't convey tone. It's just text. I mean, maybe I was being sarcastic. I was.
They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
Okie dokie. Could I get one of those found tracksuits?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise.
So, nothing illegal.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Got it. I mean, I'd have to check with local ordinances and whatnot, but I'll go ahead.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically, against his arm.
Care to spare some change for a working stiff. Let's go.
Huh?
Oh, the boss.
The bosses, man.
What else did I? So you're broke.
You know.
Got it.
What you need.
That's it.
Don't be a stranger.
Thank you. I was hoping for the money, but we'll leave it at that. Just a conversation. Ba-doo. Look at this here fence. Strange.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the mosaic.
Well, that's weird. I mean, why would that be a thing? I'm sure that's not like a thing.
Cop habit.
That we have to
This
worry about.
isn't case related, you think?
You think it's not case related? What kind of vehicle do we think?
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty
Well,
concentrating thanks to your
Let's
relentless
see
enemy.
what we got here. All right, let's try and little visual calculus.
The tire
Reconstruct
tracks
this
were
here.
left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burnt rubber.
Some days ago. Written in the language of burnt rubber.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the swirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there.
All right. Okay. Started
And then
at.
accelerated straight into the fence. Left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry.
Whatever that
To
is.
the cafeteria manager.
We assume, they're about that size, though. Roughly 3 people across. What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building.
What kind of jackass would drive like
Before
this?
heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
Car drove through this fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
Motor carriages aren't too friendly, though.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
I'm sure that's just unrelated. There's no real good reason that I should feel scared like that. So, this is it's probably not, right? I mean, we should ask.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the
It's a
roundabout,
good point. Good
I would
conclusion.
keep them separate.
Well done, Kim.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went. If you find the time.
All right. That seems like it makes some sense here. Hold on. We gotta get to the bottom of this here car mystery. I don't think it's, we're not gonna be able to get there where we need to go, obviously. Work with me. Here we go. Nice. Some fingerless gloves. They've got a +1 electrochemistry. And as you play through the hardcore and stuff, these gear buffs, they're really important. And it starts having a pretty important impact on how you're able to do what and so on. Especially when you're starting gear, or the loadout that you have to begin with here. Most things have a minus on them as well as a bonus. And that's fairly common throughout, but there are plenty of pieces of clothing that don't have any negatives. And you can kind of tailor your outfit to help improve whatever build you're trying to go for, or keep several things around that will let you oh, I've got a logic check that I need to fix. Waterlock out of order? Well, golly. I wonder what that's about.
Good morning to you, officers.
This here man on the waterlock, he might
A
have some
burly man
information.
hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Would you just look at that?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
It is. Yeah, until I look at a mirror, it's going to stay like that until I go and like actually wipe off the fog on that mirror. There's another mirror you can look at in the down the shore as well. But until you take a look, it stays like that, which is hilarious to me. The steamed up shower, or the shower steam mirror, or what have you. So,
from the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
Do you know what guys this?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign.
The words Daredevil Driver sound ominous to you.
I'm sure there's no good reason for
Too
that.
bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
He's like an Aussie. Can I have some of
Sure
that
thing.
salami? It's not yours, right? Easy come, easy go. Hey, yo.
Want some too, officer?
Come on, Kim.
Why not?
Why not? Indeed. Thank you. It's delicious. Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye-bye. I really just came down here to get some salami. That was the big thing. Now. Come on. Come on. Get over there. It's having trouble. Butter sign down. Just want to look at the actual thing. Okay, here we go.
Billboard reading Samaran Butter.
Samaran
Butter.
Butter.
Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
What's
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy. Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety.
Well, thanks, Encyclopedia, Mr. Bookhead.
It's an acquired
Indeed,
taste.
goat cheese, not really my... I guess butter would, I assume, have a similar tang to it. I don't really know, but... here we go. Let's see if we can't reconstruct the scene.
Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
Huh.
These look like the same tire tracks I saw earlier in front of the whirling rags.
Start it back at the
Side
beginning.
slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour.
That's booking. I mean, it's like 25 miles an hour, I think. But still pretty quick for like driving on top of a roof.
The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack.
All right. And next. Zoom.
The panel served as
Indeed it did. The broken posts. Make our way back.
The vehicle
down.
soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal.
Like, imagine. Like, that was the coolest shit. I mean, totally irresponsible. Not the way you should drive, especially
still
no
looks
cop.
freshly painted,
What?
suggesting it took the plunge recently.
How recently?
Within the past 72 hours.
You know what? That's 3 days. Which is how long we've been here. Yeah, I'm sure it's not related.
Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast.
What's the model of this vehicle? Do we know that?
There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linear G22.
Why the Caprice?
It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found
Reasonable.
on that motor carriage.
Reasonable.
The Caprice 40 is a very popular model, with
Also a
bank
good
clerks,
call.
topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers.
That feels like that was going to continue for a while.
Very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that.
Huh.
The Linear G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long.
Well then.
You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure.
That's a damn shame. Damn.
The lieutenant looks on.
Well, good. As you can see down there, this will happen occasionally. Yeon Kim's got a conversation.
Any theories about what happened here?
Well, some top shelf shenanigans. Make driver shake his hand.
What kind of car do you think it was?
We're gonna go with the Cooper 40. It's a more reasonable choice.
That's quite likely, from what I can tell.
Yeah. I have no idea. Wonder who it could have been.
We're not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
I mean, listen. You know, we are cops, though, right? So it's not. Let's take that task.
If we must.
Indeed, we shall. I'm sure we're gonna.
I'm not expecting him to get far with this. The lieutenant consoles
Well,
himself.
Listen, here's the thing, Kim. I set my mind to something. I'm pretty good at getting it done. Let's see what we got here. We'll roll on back, maybe go investigate that body or something, like we were supposed to do in the first place. I'm sure it's fine. It's not like this is like a time-dependent thing or something. I wonder what this. What do we got up here? It's on the way. You can grab that real quick. Great tectonic forces. Cracked like an egg. Indeed, it has, though. If you look here, it's like fairly well screwed up in terms of if that is just like a earthquake. I feel like that's more likely to be a sinkhole or something happening there, but it's a big deal if there was just one big shudder and shake and then all of that crack showed up. My God, that'd be a bad day. If there was some like warring that occurred, I suppose. We're gonna keep on, you know, investigating as we are apparently intended to do. Hey, hang on. What do you suppose this little kid's up to? Well, that's not great. Get the body to turn a little every time he throws a rock, too. Smells like spoiled meat and curdleberry. A human being. He composes. Cool, cool. And we get to meet one of my favorite characters. He's not the best character, that's Kim, but maybe my favorite character. All right, we got here some footprints. Kim, you're walking in my prints here. All right,
left
I'm
by
trying to do work.
Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs.
See what we got for some old visual calculus.
Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Like that the little number cards pop up here for as you're kind of visualizing it all. Go over them one by one. Because why the hell wouldn't we? Of course.
Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46.
Number 46 boot.
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 44.
I assume that's like a size indication, something to that effect, or a boot print
3.
standard,
Hobnailed
or
work
what?
boot,
But I don't know
steel
the number.
reinforced toes, number 43.
Hop-nailed work boot.
4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Wait. Come on.
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the...
Well, come on.
5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44.
Another one down.
6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
Say, I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film
Which
of
happened?
unimportance.
It did that.
And the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful
Which it's
way.
doing. It's occurring right now.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
Like a brain trap for us in the
8.
Imperial system.
And yet
there.
another standard work boot, number 44.
Because you
There's
don't really think
aberration
that that's
in the
like
pattern of
400
the sole,
pounds
however.
and change.
The
Actually,
right
it's more
sole
than that.
is
It'd be like
smoother,
450,
more worn.
470. I don't know. That's a dick load of weight. That's what it comes down to. I think it's like 2.5 pounds to it, or a kilo. Yeah, pounds to a kilo. I might be wrong on that. It's like 2.12 or some dumb shit. It doesn't matter. Yet another standard work boot, though. Good deal. Good deal. The right sole is smoother, more worn. I'm sure that'll come up later. 400 million. Vigillion. Fafillion.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Way off. Way off. Get it together. Just absolute bad. I mean, my goodness. The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
I don't know what that is. I'm trying to think if that's nearsighted, like another word for that. I'm not sure. Either way. Anything out of the ordinary. Whoa. Taking me a second here. An aberration. That's the biggest one.
Interesting.
Odd soul.
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor.
Maybe
Or
a drummer.
maybe a drummer?
So we're looking for a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer.
You don't know that, Kim. Don't
Perhaps
give up
it
on
could
yourself.
be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
It is something that we have here. Although, realistically, do you think that that'd be a significant difference? There'd have to be something else going on than just use of it regularly on the pedal. If only that would come up later and clear itself up for us. Oh, well. I was actually thinking the exact same thing.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south toward the traffic jam instead.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes. Prudent.
Mm-hmm.
And light step. Boom.
A woman or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood.
And the heavy one.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
Thinking the 150 to 180 range is your average human for kilograms, I think. Maybe less, probably less. I don't think that's...
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living
No, it'd be
weight
less than
is
that.
unlikely.
100 to 150 probably. And even that, I imagine, is still heavy. One of them was carrying him over. Maybe it was a giant.
Maybe it wasn't.
Fair enough. You're right. I mean, it probably wasn't. Could have been an extremely obese person. That's possible. But I think we'll go ahead and say it's more reasonable.
Yes.
That somebody's being carried.
But
although
why?
that will be a less ridiculous thing. You're thinking, why did they have to carry them? Which is an important question.
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Because we don't necessarily see the boot prints of this weird, whatever their security boots. We don't know that that's the case yet, but that's prescient here. Let's see. So maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else?
That's actually a good point. So he's saying why, maybe they should have had a stretcher or something. As in, why did one person carry them? Versus like a team to make it easier or something to that effect, using a stretcher or whatever. I imagine maybe it was improvised. They didn't have a stretcher handy. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported
because we've been here for 3 days, and there was a protracted period of time before the call came in. I think another 3 days. So
it is not impossible.
About a week ago is when this event occurred, essentially. How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing.
This guy does his homework.
The day
Damn,
of his hanging
killing it.
was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree.
Yeah. Seems,
Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
At first glance.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
Yeah.
Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang.
This is
easy.
I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here.
The lieutenant's eyes narrowed.
Either way. What else?
We've been through all of it. Very good. Excellent. Let's see. We're all set. We got that saved up. Alright. We're gonna go over here and look in this little box. Excuse me. All good. Money. And magnesium. We will need both of those things. Excuse me. Someone's trying to grow herbs in that there greenhouse. The kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable, huh? The ladder is for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. Excellent. Good. Thank you. Logical thought. If you don't have a high enough intellect, you're not going to get that. I imagine things go poorly if you try to climb. Generally. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look at the old body boy here. Here we go. Yeah. We're just gonna give it a old look-see.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes.
See what happens.
The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
I think we're going to turn away and leave here because there's something else I want to try. Hoist. If this doesn't go well, I will have to, like, try and get my threshold up through some manner or another. And I think that this will help my check go better. Do. God in heaven. It is just dropping frames left and right here. Really a shame.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
Alright. RCM is Martinez. You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Man, it is just dropping a bunch of frames. Okay, so what is this? Fuck the police business. I'm not gonna say that. That's not her problem. Who are you?
Me?
Exactly.
I am just a gardener.
Good to meet you, just a
I
gardener.
am pleased to meet you too, officer.
I think
course.
you misrepresent
Where
your
to?
identity. That's not great. You don't want to do that. What's up
There's
in
the
the north?
pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements, the harbor gate.
To the east?
Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics.
She lied.
A fleet store too.
I mean, that's, you don't know.
Some
but
shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident probably.
Oh no. It wasn't an accident. It was the coolest
Just coast.
daredevil
There's a
mad
little
lad
fishing
shit
village
which
there,
has ever been
and a fish market.
undertaken
But that got
here
closed
within the
down
confines
ages
of
ago.
Martinique. What's to the west?
It's just water.
That's
No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet.
the key to it.
There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thanks. That's whoops, I didn't
Of
mean
course.
that.
Where to?
I hit the wrong button. Thanks, that's all for
No
now.
problem.
I have to run. I thought I was gonna be able to get her
I
gloves.
won't hold you back.
Her gloves.
Doom! There we go!
That you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Exactly. Can I have those?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Thank you. Are gardener the rubber that they do? 'Cause in my experience, they're like knit cloth gloves that have been like dipped in rubber. I guess that's still a rubber glove in most parlance. Common conversation. But anyway, as we look here, we see +1 interfacing rather than our electrochemistry we had before. I'm gonna throw them on there, and I would say that these would be dishwashing gloves by the description that they give and the look of them. They're like the kind of gloves that Dexter's mom wears in Dexter's laboratory. We're gonna head on back and see if we can't make it without horribly embarrassing ourselves in front of Kim, which is really the only thing stopping us from flailing about wildly. I don't want to disappoint him. I care deeply for his opinion of me. I want only to be seen as a success by him. Kim
corpse
is
looks at you with bulging white eyes. The
cool,
face around them,
cool. Ball gag
you
tongue,
seem
got
to
it.
be holding
Look
your breath.
down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears still. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Clenched nostrils. That's the problem here. So what we have right now is that's a check, as we see, is legendary. 14 is the total value we need. I have an endurance of 1. Which plus 12 is only 13. So without that, it's impossible for me to save. So right now, it's a very difficult check, essentially. God. What is that? Why is it so bad?
It's okay to throw up, officer.
He says
No
that.
one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow.
There's a non-zero chance that he is, in fact, about to blow. Gonk.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes it.
Let it all out. And a nice little